Hello friends, welcome you all on behalf of Regis Hospital and Gynae Laparoscopy Training Center. So today we are going to discuss about fibroid of uterus, the most common tumor of female pelvis or uterus. Fibroids are also called leiomyoma, fibroma of uterus or myoma of the uterus. So, the first thing comes into mind, what is the incidence of fibroid? How frequently it is seen in females? So, fibroid, like I said, is the most common tumor. The incidence of fibroid increases with advancing age. If you consider a 40 years female, the chance of fibroid would be around 25 to 30% on ultrasound, whether it is symptomatic or asymptomatic. And as the age increases, at the age of 50 years, you will find almost 40 to 50% of the females, they have fibroid of the uterus. So what causes fibroid of uterus? If you come to the cause of fibroid, what causes this common tumor? Till date there is no definite cause what causes the development of fibroid in a uterus, but there are many contributing factors. Like I said, the first thing is age. With advancing age, there is a higher chance of fibroid, and it runs in families. If your mother has fibroid, your sisters have fibroids, then there is a higher chance that you will develop fibroids. That means it runs in family. And if you consider about genetic part of fibroids, Africans and African Americans are more prone to develop fibroids than Asians. And most of the Africans, they have multiple fibroids rather than single fibroids. So what is responsible for the fibroid? If you go into the depth, there are female hormones like estrogen and progesterone. So it is said that excessive of estrogen can cause fibroids. So if you have polycystic ovaries, you have prolonged cycles, delayed cycles, you are obese, there is a higher chance that you will develop fibroids. And what are the symptoms of fibroids? Like I said, if you do ultrasound of a 40 years female, you will see fibroid in 25 to 40% of the patients. That means not all the fibroids are symptomatic. Up to 50%, half of the fibroids are without any symptoms. They either they are detected by ultrasound or any other imaging like MRI when you are doing it for some other reason. But when they produce symptoms, they can cause increased flow during your periods. Your periods may be prolonged, you might pass blood clots, you may have painful menstruation, and if the fibroids are big, you start feeling in your tummy, in your abdomen. There is a tumor in the lower part of your abdomen, you feel hard or firm tumor arising from the pelvis, you can feel that. And fibroid can rarely cause complications like recurrent pregnancy loss and sometimes difficulty in the process of labor and childbirth. Coming to what are the treatment options for fibroids and whether all fibroids need treatment or not. Coming to the point whether you need treatment or not all the fibroids need treatment. Only fibroids who produce symptoms like your menstrual complaints, your any other like recurrent pregnancy loss, they need treatment. If the fibroids are without symptoms, they don't need any treatment. Suppose you don't have symptoms of the fibroid has grown beyond you can say 4-5 months pregnancy size, then it needs treatment because it might cause a very rare effect. It can compress your urinary system. It can cause affect the kidney and the ureters. So very big fibroids, even if they don't produce any symptoms, they need surgery. And there are medical management like non-surgical management and surgical management of fibroids. Most of the medical management or treatment, they are transient. That means they are for a short period of time, and they cause only temporary suppression of your symptoms or size of fibroids. Once you stop the medicines, the fibroids will start regrowing. So there are tablets, there are injections, like you can take it for 3 to 4 shots once in a month. They decrease the size of the fibroid by, if you consider the volume, by 40-50%. But once you stop the treatment, it starts regrowing. So they are appropriate if you are around your menopause, like you want in 6 months or 4 months you are going to attain menopause. So temporarily this will shrink the size and suppress the symptoms. And when it needs surgery, we have keyhole surgery or laparoscopic myomectomy and open surgeries. There are controversies, but laparoscopic surgery is always better so far as the comfort of the patient, the recovery, the future pregnancy outcomes. It is better with laparoscopic surgeries because they produce less pain, less adhesion inside the abdomen. So less adhesion means less chances of tubal blockage. And then in laparoscopy, what we do, since there is a it's debatable whether you should take out the fibroid, whether it is suspicious of cancerous malignancy or not. So most of the fibroids are not cancerous. The risk of cancer in a fibroid is very, very less. It is, you can say, 1 in 400 to 1 in 500. That means if 500 patients they have fibroid, you decide for surgery, then 499 will not have cancer, only 1 will have cancer. So laparoscopy is definitely the best option for you if you have fibroids and you need treatment. And what we do recently, we suppose there is a risk of cancer, what we do, we put it inside a bag and do this marcellation or churning inside a bag and take it out through a small hole. That is called mechanical marcellation. So if we do it inside a bag, the chances of spillage or spread of unsuspected cancer is very, very less, and that is not going to change your prognosis outcome of the surgery. Open surgery is a traditional old-fashioned surgery. They will give you a big scar. There is a greater chance of adhesion formation inside the abdomen. So they are reserved for very rare situations when it is exceptionally big, and when you are not capable of doing laparoscopic surgeries. We have a vast experience of removing a large number of fibroids. We have done almost more than 1,000-1,500 fibroids by now, and we have removed the largest fibroid in the world laparoscopically. So size and number are not challenge for us, but yes, you need to consult your doctor first whether you need surgery or not. And it is always better because once we repair you take out the fibroid, there is a defect, you repair that, and that scar should hold on pregnancy in future. So that is very important. So thank you friends. For any queries you can connect to us about fibroids. Thank you.